What's going on, everybody? This is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Marvel Legends Death's Head. I went to Comic-Con last Saturday and I had a blast. I was able to pick up some exclusives. This was one of them. I honestly think Hasbro could have done better. I even hate to come say that after going to Comic-Con and seeing everything and being in the mix. But this figure is good. I love the sculpt of it all. Articulation is okay. There are some things that do not compute to me. I do not understand why they exist. Number one is these ankles are extremely loose. I'm barely touching this guy and his ankles are moving. I have the same thing with the knees. Like the knees are really, they're smooth, but they're just, it's soft. I don't know. I don't understand. Another thing I don't get is San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Why couldn't we get a cloth cape? I know that's not something they do, but I feel like for an exclusive, that would have been a nice touch because this thing is crazy. Like it's just stiff, it's heavy. I don't know. I feel like it should have been, it didn't even have to be wired. It could have just been a cloth cape. Wired would have been nice too, but cloth cape it out. Back to the sculpt and the detail though. I will give them credit where credit is due. People always ask me, why am I such a hater? Why do I hate Hasbro so much? I don't. I love Hasbro. I love the Marvel Legends stuff so much that I want it to be the best it can be. I don't want it to be just good enough. I want it to be great. I want it to be fire. Prime example, this Luke Cage is absolutely fire. They killed it. Whatever they did, they put their foot in this shit because it looks great. It functions great. It's a nice figure. When they do things like this and they give us something like exclusive and it doesn't have things that make it exclusive, it kind of just sucks for me. I have to get on here and be honest. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The figure looks great, but standing wise, it's terrible. This is all part of this cape situation, all plugs into the back, so this will float on you. So if you're gonna pose it, that's what you're gonna get. It's not the best situation. Not the best situation. This is the Colossus body from that Juggernaut 2-pack. The legs look a little different though. I don't know. Let me pull it out. But you can see it right there. It's just the Colossus body. The biggest giveaway is gonna be the dimple right there. Dimple. Hasbro's doing this thing I think is really smart where these new figures they're producing have an overlay system. What I mean by that is if you pop back here on Death's Head, this is an overlay. You see how it peels up? So they can reuse this body and change it a lot just by replacing the overlay. Colossus has the same thing. Is he going to stand up? Colossus has the same thing. I'm not going to peel it up because I like this figure. But this has the same thing. This is just a soft overlay, so they can say they wanted to do a different costume for him. They could just remold everything and just remold this too, so they don't have to worry about retooling a whole new body. It's really smart. Really, really smart stuff. I think, okay, so the upper legs are the same. The upper legs are the same. You can see it there. It's pretty much just Colossus with new lower legs and a boot swivel. This guy has a boot swivel. Overlay system is really smart. It's just the hindered big old cape, and then this being a hindrance is terrible. But I got off track. Let's talk about the paint and the sculpt. Paint and the sculpt work is great. If you know who Death's Head is, then you know this guy looks just like him. He does have another look in the comics where he's like green and he looks a little bit different. I don't know much about the character, but one thing I do know is he fights Transformers. That was one thing that made me like this character a lot. So when I heard this was an exclusive and I was going to Comic-Con, of course I had to grab it. I absolutely love how they put battle damage on this armor. That is so sick to me. Like it just makes the sculpt look better to me. They did not do it on the arms though, because these arms are reused from the Astonishing Cyclops. So they just left those alone and casted them in blue. The hands are really nicely sculpted and painted too. The yellow knuckles are a nice touch. I do have the other axe. I should have probably put the other hand, but there's an axe with the battle damage on it too, like he just uses it all the time. The tunic even has battle damage on it, so that's a plus. It doesn't have a butt cover, so there's no battle damage on the butt. Does the belts? No, so the cylinders on the belt don't have any battle damage. Well, a little bit. Some of them do, some don't. The paint work is really good though. Paint's all in the places it's supposed to be, even on this. There's even battle damage on the boots. Bullet holes, cuts and scratches and scrapes. It looks really good. And it's not like reused battle damage. It's different on both sides. The articulation, I talked about a little bit before. It's a little lacking, mainly because of the skirt, the cape, the shoulder stuff. It's going to do pretty much the same stuff as him, but a little bit less because of the skirt. When you move the arm up, this shoulder armor is going to go with it. The only thing that makes this a saving grace, kind of, is the price. I was expecting this guy to be way more than he is. He was only $40 at the con, which is it's okay. Comes with a few things that make it bearable. That's inexcusable. Single jointed elbows, no butterfly joint. Arm will go up that high. Bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow goes in that far. The wrist is on that up and down joint, so you'll get that out of it. Not bad. Torso goes forward that far. A lot of bend forward. Oh my God, everything's popping off this guy. That's another thing. This figure has really soft plastic. I can't understand why they went that route. But back that far, I think it goes forward further than back, which is good. You do have a waist swivel in there. The tunic will swivel too, if that's something you want. With the legs, they're only gonna go out this far because of the tunic. They go up that far. Again, the tunic's gonna block a lot of that. Back that far. Double jointed knee. He will not kick his own ass, but it will get pretty deep in there. You do have a boot swivel, which has no resistance whatsoever. I can feel detents in there, but it's so soft. The ankles go down that far, up that far, and you do get an ankle rocker. All in all, though, it's an okay figure. The price makes it bearable. I was expecting a little bit more. I kind of wish this guy had the same paint as Colossus. I have to look in the comics. I don't know if he was that silver. Maybe this is the right silver. I don't know. But I just like how these arms, silver arms, look better than these gray ones. But maybe he's gray in the comics. I never read it. Don't know. But if this is up your alley and you were able to get one, I say get it. Don't pay too much for it, because it does have some limiting factors. For hands, though, I didn't even go over accessories. For hands, he comes with these hands right here. There is an open hand, a grippy hand, which has the up and down like this range. And he has 2 fisted hands. He also comes with a shield that has battle damage on it too. I have a 2-year-old son, so nothing stays in the place it's supposed to. My son, if he gets it, he's throwing it. So axe, there's this missile thing, and there's also a mace. I don't know where it is right now, but this will port in the back, and you can get him looking like that. So that's cool too. You can get that look going. The shield doesn't port too well in the hand. Let me put the grippy hand on here. No J. Cole. He doesn't hold it too good. I wish he held it a little bit better. I'm not sure if that's even something he does in the comics. Does he hold the shield? Does he just have it on his back? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, if you can find this figure, buy it. Like, if you like this character, something you've been waiting for. I know a lot of old school people really were looking forward to this. So if you can get it, get it. You'll love it. I know some people don't care. They're not sticklers like me when it comes to these figures. So if you don't care how a figure functions or feels, if you just want the representation on the shelf, get the figure. But if you want something that articulates really good and poses really good, this is not the figure for you. He will get in basic poses, but nothing too crazy. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out.